Pull a chair to the heat, let the smoke rise high. Leave the cap in the ash, we don't feed them to the lot. From the concrete roof to the charts and the fame. Talking out of pocket, then we're calling out your name. Fatal forward pressure, who's last one standing? OG's got the wisdom ways, keeping it demanding. From the asphalt facts to the dumbass of the week, with the voice of the culture every time that we speak. Old going red and the truth is a spark. With a light in the game when the industry is dark. No filters, no face, just the raw and the lit. Welcome to the flame, this is the fire pit.
Oh, welcome once again to the fire pit, where now we're taking trips around the U.S. And this week, we're going to go down to the H-Town. We're going to Houston. With me, as always, I got my guy, OG. What's good with it, OG?
It's all
got
good.
My guy, Ace Doom. And this week, we got the special guest, Richie Rich.
What's going down, y'all? All the way from H-Town. I'm in the fire pit. I brought the fire just to let y'all know.
Okay.
Y'all see it. Y'all see his background. Y'all got to excuse his background. He's in a cave.
Yeah. And look, and I'm using fire for light. So that's how y'all know I'm really in the fire. That's how y'all know I'm really in the fire pit, for real. I'm happy to be here. Next week, I'm not going to be in the cave, I promise.
Okay. But yeah, this week we locking in for a massive trip down to H-Town. When you map out the history of hip hop, you can't leave H-Town off the map because they created their own culture of hip hop. Starting with Rap a Lot, then you got the Screwed Up Clique, and then now you got Megan Thee Stallion in there holding it down. You got Sauce Walker down there. They kicking it down in H-Town.
I want to give a shout out to the Diamond White Coalition too. Y'all ain't up on them, but the Diamond White Coalition is live too. That's my girl. She live. I'm waiting for her to really get on. She did good. She had there was an online competition and her song went up to like number 5 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Diamond White is dope. She's dope. I gotta give a shout out to the Diamond White. Can't talk about Houston hip hop without shouting out my girl. I'm gonna have to get her on here.
I've
never heard of them. So.
Yeah, like she's underground. She's full underground.
Talking about it's a I guess you could call him a hybrid artist where he does a Christian flow, but he does talk about his old trap life. His name's Toby. If I'm pronouncing this right, Ngwe.
Ngwe.
Ngwe. Okay.
Yeah. For sure. We up on him. We up on him. Yeah, absolutely.
He actually can't talk about. And I say another person I have to mention. I'm not really a big fan of this person, but this person does sell out stadiums and bring the vibes to the stadiums every time. Travis Scott.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him myself, but it's like,
I'm with you 100%, Rich. I'm with you 100%. It's one of those cases where if you're not a hater, you get that you don't really have to like it to understand it's a hit. You can understand that he's got a hit song, even though it's not a song that's my cup of tea.
Like I don't like it at all, but like I can see what he built here, and if he get the stadiums rocking. I seen the Instagram video where he was hot. And the whole
he's fire. He's absolute fire, and he get them goosebumps every time. Yeah. Hot song, man. Big hit, major hit. Like I said, not really my cup of tea. I know the song because it's such a big hit, and that's how hits work. They chart, they sell their hits.
Okay. But long before Houston got chopped and screwed, they got a heavy dose of the Fifth Ward. Really, pretty much. When you think about Houston hip hop, you can't not think about the Fifth Ward and what Rap A Lot Records, Scarface, the Geto Boys, Willie D, Bushwick Bill, what they meant to Houston hip hop.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
foundation.
absolutely. Ready Red, Arabian Prince. Ready Red and Arabian people don't know that Arabian Red and the Arabian Prince. Ready Red and the Arabian Prince. Damn, that's a tongue twister. Anyway, they were members of the Geto Boys too when they first came out.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was 5 of them. Yeah, then they blew up. We got to know them as a threesome, I don't like to use the word threesome, a trio.
A throuple.
A trio is how we got to know them on a larger scale. But I was in my baby stages in radio, a song called "Be Down." I used to like Geto Boys, and yes, 5 of them. Then it was the 3 that you know: Scarface, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill. But there was also Ready Red and Arabian Prince.
Okay. Now, OG, when you think about the early raw street narrative mixed with the horror and political rage, how did that set the stage for Houston's independence in hip hop?
I think it's the way I really came to understand the Houston's hip hop is what I suggest a lot of people do was when I went to Houston and I visited there and I really got a feel for the culture. And that's when I realized, okay, so this is why this is hot. And they got artists there that's hot that we never heard of. I mean, you ask them who the greatest rapper of all time is, they're gonna tell you if they live on the South Side, they're gonna say Fat Pat. Why? Because Fat Pat talk about stuff I saw happen over here, and he mentioned in this street, and he mentioned in that street. Like, so they relate and they know him, and so Fat Pat is they guy, right? But it depends on where you are. But when you're in that culture, you kind of get it. It's a very baseline heavy, old school bluesy kind of feel to it. That was for me. That was more of what I felt as far as their introducing Houston to the world. And then their stories was really a lesson that don't come down here claiming, yo, I'm from Detroit, so you got to be scared. My ghetto is the ghetto, and our bullets hurt too. And the bullets we hit you with gonna hurt just as hard as them Detroit bullets. So don't come down here thinking that we gotta fear you because you from Detroit. We don't care.
Right.
We don't care. It don't work like that. Our ghetto is just as hard as your ghetto. Period.
Yeah. D, any thoughts?
No, I ain't got no thoughts, man. I'm just listening to y'all, man. Y'all good. Y'all good.
Oh, he's tweaking, baby.
Richie Rich?
Yeah, man, I gotta say, shout out to Rap A Lot Records, man. They made a lot of, artists that I kind of grew up to. I was born in Detroit, so I was raised there till 7th grade. So I was raised around, people like OG who they was gonna put you around good music and show you what a flow was. I remember so many days back to my history where, I forget if it was a Mob Deep's beat or something, and my uncle was like, they got this beat from this, and it was a song called "She Blinded Me with Science."
That's right.
When you think about the history, I remember Zero. It would be a packed Houston high school party, and a Zero song called "Most City Down" would come on, and the whole party would rap the whole entire song into the end. Even me myself, growing up as a Detroit guy, when I got into the cultural flavor in the South Side and the swanging and the drum popping, I was able to realize the value in the culture immediately. And I wouldn't say I fell in love, but I liked it, and I took my way in turning it and flipping it into kind of like a little, Detroit guy with a little Houston swag. But definitely shout out to Fifth Ward and Mo City and the stamp that they put on Houston music.
I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. There's a few songs. I mean, there's I didn't mention them all, but he's right. That Mo City joint, Zero, right?
Yeah.
Zero, and it's threw me off when I first heard it, right? Because I'm in the club and it came on, and it's to the same beat as Paid in Full by Eric B and Rakim. So it's that temptation, doom, 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 right? The no look any further beat. So I'm at and by the way, Rich, the original is no look, don't look any further by Dennis was the Temptations, but it don't look any further.
Thank, thank you.
I am. Oh yeah, hey, don't look any further. But that's the original. But I'm thinking Paid in Full coming on, and I'm ready to go thinking of a master plan. Right, I'm all in, and the whole club knows every word to this song, and it's just no hook. It's just a long freestyle, and and everybody in the building knows every word. That's a Houston culture. That's their thing. They go. Am I lying, Rich?
No, I mean, I know I could spit the whole song for y'all right now, word for word. I know it because I
Give me
grew up
some.
here.
Give me some. Don't give us all of it, but just give
Load
me
out the
some.
bag and all in my trunk. Trunk full of funk. I ain't never been a punk. I'm blowing those cuts. I'm blowing those Doja. Military mind. I'm like soldier. Out the streets of the Ridgemont foe. Now I know and said I still ain't old. I let niggas know every day of the year. I pick my pen and I get my point clear. Why
All right, all right, all right, all
now
right.
I know.
Yep, yep,
You know
yep,
what I'm
yep,
saying? I
yep,
give you a
yep.
little
I'm
bit.
telling you, everybody in the club raps the song the word for word, the whole song. I was lost. I'm sitting there like I'm still in my sofa, sitting over in my corner, going, "Fish, this is my favorite dish." Without, I'm still doing that being Raquel. And that's one of those songs that outside of Houston nobody even heard it, but you go to Houston and everybody know it.
Yeah.
Uh, South Side, South Side. That's another big one there. Up in the club, look everybody, everybody. I don't give a
Hey, I love that one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
in
just
my own zone. I'm in
it's
my
my
own
own
zone.
zone.
I'm
I'm
in
in
my
my own
own zone. You got me
zone.
thrown off.
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe, man. Their culture is their culture, and when you're down there, you really feel it. Now, again, I felt it. I went down there a long because I always had people down there, so I went down there a long time back when Geto Boys was out, and that's when I realized it ain't the same down here as it is up there. You know, you dropped some New York stuff down there, and it wasn't hitting like the
Yeah.
Houston stuff.
Right.
It just wasn't. It was.
I've noticed that. I noticed that a lot about the whole South. They don't fuck with New York niggas ever.
And I won't say that. It's just that their vibe is different. Their culture is different. They don't get the same. Their street ain't the same as New York streets. You know, New York streets got a boom, right. They got that vibe. Whereas Houston is boom, 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 boom.
I mean, I will say you did hear Pimp C and Bun B make a track with Jay-Z.
Exactly.
That was one of the biggest
Yeah,
tracks,
but
bro.
that
And
almost
Big Pimpin' was
and it almost didn't happen.
because
right.
MC didn't fuck with them New York niggas.
He didn't like the
he
song.
just,
He
yeah,
didn't.
he
It
didn't
wasn't
like the
because he
song.
didn't mess with the New York brothers. It was because he didn't like the song. He
He
didn't like
didn't
the
like
beat.
the song.
He didn't
Yeah,
like the beat at first because it ain't Houston style beat. It ain't their
right.
style. They like them heavy bass lines, man.
Yeah.
Him and Jay-Z didn't really have no smoke for real.
No, they ain't had no
He didn't
smoke. He
like
just didn't like that beat
yeah,
though.
he just
He
didn't
wasn't
like that
feeling it.
vibe. That's all. But he wound up having the coldest bar on there. So
Exactly.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying. So
Exactly.
I wouldn't say they didn't rock with him, bro. This is a different culture with the music, guy. That's all. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? That's
I
it.
agree 100%.
'Cause
That is beauty.
it would be hard for me being a Detroit, artist or whatever to come down there and rock to Minnesota music. I don't know how you would do it. But
Uh,
some people make it happen. If it's on the flow, it's on the flow.
But
So
see,
When you're in the culture, it makes you you feel differently, because when you're there and you're at a party and everybody's rocking, you understand it. No, the best example. If I sent you a video of some guy doing some Zydeco in Louisiana, you'll be like, "What in the world is Louisiana on?" But if I take you to a Zydeco bar and watch a Zydeco band, you will understand the difference. You will never look at it the same again.
So you 100% right, OG. I remember my first time hearing Zydeco versus my first time seeing Zydeco. And when I'm seeing it, I'm like trying to find somebody to dance with.
Different
Versus
vibe.
when you hear it, I actually fell in love with Wale that way, because I wasn't a Wale fan, but I had a female that took me to a Wale concert. I seen him live. I'm like, yo, this dude actually rocking. Like, hold on, let me download his album. So it's a different vibe, especially I think what the collective, being around the collective people and seeing like, oh, they jam into it for me. I'm like, okay, this song gotta be it. And then you end up with the Mo City Don song. It was just like you didn't want to be the one at the party who wasn't keeping up with the song. So you listen to it on your own to make sure you do it. Like,
I gotta be
also,
in there.
right.
As far as Minnesota artists go, Minnesota do got Prince. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but hey,
Prince is from Minnesota.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but here's the thing about Minnesota though. Where we at on the hip hop map?
In my projects, that's what.
No, that's
in my projects.
That's Milwaukee. See, up here
in my projects.
Up here for hip hop, we got
I remember that song though. I remember that in my project. I remember that song though.
You know that there's really no big names
in
hip hop from Minnesota.
Classic.
It was a classic though.
You know what else was a classic? Hey.
Speaking of classics, after we had Rap a Lot, we hit the independent circle in Houston.
Independent.
And that's where we get
INDEMPNED. What you know what that?
That's actually where we get introduced to Pimp C and Bun B. The underground. They really started the underground movement in hip hop, which actually led us to the next generation of Houston hip hop, the Screwed Up Clique.
So, Bun B used to come to our dealership all the time. So I've met him on several occasions. He buys his cars. He used to buy his cars from David Taylor Cadillac. David Taylor was brought up in a few songs. If you you catch him in Houston, David Taylor Cadillac was popular. They're gone now, but they were popular. Bun B used to come through a lot. Cool brother. I mean, when I say there's one thing I appreciated about him and a lot of the hip hop artists I've met in Houston, they know they live. They know they got the shit. But when they get around you, they come right around you and they hang out and they chill. They be themselves. They cool. They don't be all arrogant. They tell you what's up. They treat you like Southern hospitality. Mm-hmm. Another artist down there that used to come to the dealership all the time. He got his cars fixed up down there by Jesse, and that was Paul Wall. You see Paul Wall, dude. You walk up, approach him like you know him, cause he gonna treat you like you know him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna treat you like he know you. What's up, Paul? Yo, what's happening, man? What bop. And cool. No, I never met a single Houston hip hop artist that tried to play me out like Busta Rhymes did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I threw that in there. Busta Rhymes. You buster.
One of them New York.
You are a buster that rhymes. That's what you are. You got the perfect name.
New York niggas.
Not a buster that rhymes. Oh no.
Oh wow, that just went left real.
Hey, that's a devil. You might as well call him the devil. That's what the devil is. A buster that runs.
That went way left. I
That's
wasn't
all.
expecting that.
I'm just saying, I wasn't expecting it either, but it happened.
Hey, my
When
camera.
I
just
think
fucked
about rappers that tried to high post me, that's the first person coming to mind. He played me off more than any other rapper I ever met. None of the Southern rappers did that. Jermaine
Right.
Dupri was cool as a fan. Matter of fact, Jermaine Dupri's people was pushing me back, and he was like, yo, let him through. Come on, what's happening, man? Jermaine Dupri was cool as a fan. Cool as a fan. Scarface. Scarface was like the most. I understood. Now, damn, okay, I'm just the gummy kicking in. I apologize.
It's okay.
It's
It's okay.
gummy
Go
kicking
ahead.
in. So when me and Latone went to Tennessee for this event called Impact. It's where labels can introduce new music that's coming out, new artists that's coming out to the radio stations. It's where radio and the artists come to congregate.
Right.
That's where I met Busta Rhymes, and he was acting like an a-hole. But the coolest guy at the entire event was Scarface. Scarface was as normal as any and everybody. I didn't even know it was him. I'm standing right next to him, and Latone like, yo, there go your boy Brad. I was like, Brad who? He's like, Scarface. I was like, where? I'm looking right at him like, where? I said, that's him? He was, and he hung out with the crew. By the time the weekend was over, he walking around, it's just a crowd with him because everybody he didn't need bodyguards. Because if you just be cool and just be with everybody already want to be with you. Now you just cool with everybody. Now everybody got your back. Everywhere he went, a crowd came rolling with him. He was rolling with a crowd that he just met Friday, all weekend. Right? That you couldn't. He was man. And when I got there, I got it. I understood. That's the Houston culture. They just cool like that. Scarface just cool like that. What's his boy? Not Melly Mel, his boy. That's in Geto Boys. Willie D. Cool like that. You walk up to Willie D, what's happening, man? And he look at you like, where I know you from? I was like, you don't. I'm just hollering at you because you Willie D.
You know what I want to
oh, okay, what's up, man? I appreciate you. They just cool. They cool like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have just said, I got some bald-headed hoes.
Yeah, I told him to read these Nikes. That's for the old heads, man. If y'all young folks, Dejan and Rich didn't react because they don't know that song. But it's a song that the Geto Boys early on they had a song called "Read These Nikes," and that meant they were stumping you in the face. Read these Nikes, thinking that's what I want you to do. And they stump you in the face. They tell you to read these Nikes. Yeah. So that's what that is. But see, they generation on this.
That's funny. Read these Nikes.
Wait. Hold on. That's not our generation.
This generation is this right there.
That's not our generation.
That's them, Rob. That's them, Rob. I don't know about read these Nikes.
No. We came up with Slim Thug. We came up with Trader Truth. We came up with
brought in the dresses. Y'all brought in the dresses and the skirts.
No way.
Wasn't that Young Thug?
I didn't say we brought in the dresses and the skirts.
That was Young Thug. That was Young
Thug. Well, you mentioned it. He was the one that brought the skirts.
Young Thug wasn't our generation. I said
you what he mean?
I said Slim Thug.
Our generation.
No, he's not. He's after us. He's after us.
Thugger is the same age as you, Dejan.
He still didn't come out when we was in school. He still didn't come out when we was in school.
They make music for men to do this.
Yo, that cut the cheeseburger line was funny. I'm sorry.
No, the cologne line was funny.
Hey, speaking of Bun B,
spray the cologne in the air, shimmy.
So, hey, you know what? Thugger say he had to wear the dress because he had a stick. That's what Thugger say. Just how they say I had to wear the dress because I had a stick.
No, he had to wear the dress because he's a
Maybe you misunderstood what he said. He might have said, I got to wear the dress because I'm taking stick.
Oh.
That's rough.
That's real.
This show has gotten out of hand, Rob.
That's rough.
But, hey, speaking of Bun B, and since Richie Rich, you down there in Houston, Bun B got a burger joint out now called Trill Burgers. Have you had it yet?
So you know what, man? I'm waiting on Trill Burgers to open. They building one about half a mile from my house. The one that's far is always a line around the corner, and I'm not that big of a burger fan. So when he opened up the one close to my house, I'm gonna go in and taste. I have conversed with a few people that ate Trill Burgers, and they say that they probably as good. I don't know if you ever been to Smash Burger, but they about as good or better than a Smash Burger.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of hype in it. A burger you can make a good burger. But it still takes a lot of hype to sell a good burger. There's a lot of bars in town that make good burgers. Let me tell you something. The best burger in Houston, well, you know what though? They got a line around the building too. But they're only open for lunch. It's called Langford Grocers. And they have the best burger in Houston. Langford Grocers.
Okay.
Just saying. I'm just putting it out there. And they only open for lunch. I think they open from like 11 to 4, some shit like that. They only open for lunch. And they got inside and outside seating. And when you get there, there's a line waiting for them to open the door.
Oh, wow.
People follow good food, man. I always say you can judge a restaurant before you walk in by whether or not the parking lot's full. If you walk in and ain't nobody there, the food probably gonna be trash.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen that out a lot. Now, after UGK and the underground scene got to kicking, we ended up with the Screwed Up Clique, who pretty much ruled Houston music in the 2000s.
Can I say this before we go any further? UGK, the first UGK song I remember, I heard, and I knew who it was. I knew it was UGK. I didn't know who UGK was. I had never heard of them. I didn't know they were from Houston. All I know is they had a song that was fire, and it was going, pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. That was a long time ago. I was like, who is that? And then they made, I got a pocket full of stones.
See, that's when I got.
That was my second time. And I was like, oh, that's the same guy that made the Pistol Grip Pump song. Pistol Grip. And that's why he even said in A Pocket Full of Stones, Pistol Grip Pump in my lap at all times. He said in that song. But they had the song, Pistol Grip Pump on my lap at all times. Pistol Grip Pump on. Man, I used to go crazy on that joint. I thought that was fire. And I didn't know who they were. And then when I met Bun B, I was like, dude, you whack. I can rap. I can do better. I can rap better than you.
Now, Soulja Boy likes to claim he the first person to put his phone number out on the song. But no, it actually came from Houston.
Mike Jones!
8004.
So from what I heard, that's still his phone number.
Well, actually, he just got it back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he
I'm
got it back.
Put y'all in from a kid in Houston that actually had worked and lived in Houston. What we did was we put that phone number into a bunch of businesses. So let's say you at Target and they say you got a phone number, just use Mike Jones' number. Mike Jones got a phone number at Target. We put it in the system. We put it in there. I had a homeboy who worked at Target that registered Mike Jones A frequent shopper for sure. Like, look, just if you don't know nobody, you know Mike Jones.
And,
That's cool.
oh,
And you know what the rest of that? They was like, Mike Jones.
It's a whole lot of
Who?
this motherfucker.
now, OG, you brought up Paul Wall earlier, right?
Paul Ball.
You know he actually got new music out.
Yeah.
He just put out a song called Elbow Room. That's actually pretty damn dope.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Paul
Elbow Room.
Wall. Big up to Paul Wall, man. He was cool. I mean, when I tell you a brother that was cool, not only was he cool, he used to be at the dealership all the time. He used to get his cars fixed up by Jesse, like I mentioned. And we'd go back and kick it, blah, blah, blah. But you know, I know everybody came back to say hi to Paul Wall, whatever. And I just thought we just kick it, shake hands. One night I was went to what's the name of that damn place, Rich? Used to be Scott Gertner's. Prospect Park. So I went down to Prospect Park and we pulled up and it was like, damn, it's like a freaking Bentley out front, right? We tripping on the cars out front. Somebody got Bentleys and shit out here. So we rolled up in there and it was Paul Wall. He was all the way in the back. So he was just back there chilling. You know, he ain't got no bodyguard. He chilling with his people. It's enough people. It's like with Scarface. It's enough people around him now that they ain't gonna. You can't mess with him, right? He's protected by the crowd. They just walked up and he was cool, so they hang with him. And so I walked up like, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh, what's up? You David Taylor?" Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Damn, this thing." I didn't expect him to know who I was as I was walking up. He's like, "Yo yo." I was like, damn, that you know, that kind of shit changes your perspective of people. I was never a Paul Wall fan until I met him. And he's just that cool. I had a customer once who was obsessed with Paul Wall.
Now,
He had tattooed all on his shit. Anyway, go ahead.
I gotta retract some things that I said.
Retracting.
Yeah. Paul Wall and them, Mike Jones and them, they wasn't with Screwed Up Click.
No.
They was with Swishahouse on the north side.
On the north side.
Screwed Up Click was on the south side.
And you know what? The south side is where it's at.
So the south side, they had, you know, like Lil Kiki in them. So, but yeah, and Fat Pat. But
Lil Kiki was live because Lil Kiki had the south side. South side. South side. You know that song.
Swishahouse and Swishahouse.
now, I want y'all, your guys' opinion on what Chapter Screw meant to music in the 2000s. What you felt and heard from Chapter Screw.
I feel like I've been talking enough. I want to hear somebody else's perspective first.
I'm gonna go. For me, I feel like Chopped and Screwed created a whole different genre of music, right? It introduced the slowest pro for me. And growing up in Houston, and what I mean by slowest pro is just like taking your time to understand it. You know what I'm saying? I know so many people that say they first time enjoying and loving one of the greater artists from my generation, Young Thug, is when they heard it Chopped and Screwed. Right now, slowed and reverb is a whole genre of YouTube. You can download 4-hour playlists of slowed and reverb. I don't think we get slowed and reverbed on YouTube without Screwed Up Click. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my introduction, and I listen to slowed and reverb now, but my introduction to slowed and reverb was OG Ron C chopping up Bryson Tiller. I can't think of the name of Bryson Tiller mixtape he came out with. But that mixtape, Chopped and Screwed, R&B music, Chopped and Screwed is top tier. And so, or slowed and reverb, however you need it. But what it brought into music is almost what Dr. Dre did with that extra bass with the Dre beats. It's like, okay, you hear the bass on it. All right, now slow it down 2 to 3 tempos too, and see how you like it right there. I have yet to hear a song that I've listened to Screwed and Chopped and was like, nah. Like, you know, I've never heard a song True
Right.
to Cop that was like, nah, that ain't it. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think that with that, what they was doing it, and I hate what created it. Like, so being on lean and affected by the substance, they wanted to hear slower music. I hate that we had it to extract that to get that, but the vibe is it created a whole new genre that you can search of music.
But that just goes to show you a lot of genres along the years came through pain or distress,
I mean,
right?
a lot
So
of
being that they were on lean, not necessarily pain and distress, but a quote unquote still a negative connotation of what the world has to offer you, created from that came this ingenious change
Yeah.
of genre.
I mean, think about the '70s rock and roll. It was ruled by acid and marijuana. So
Sex,
Mhm.
drugs, and rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
D, what you
I'm gonna say, for me, chopped and screw music was, it was like you said, it was a whole nother hype. A lot of my artists that I listen to, Jeezy, Ti, you know, I listen to Mike Jones, Ludacris. They start using chopped and screw music and just that tone. And then, like I say, I like being in the studio. You know what I'm saying? At a point in time, and I was an artist that I liked the new fad. So that was the new thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what's that? How I make my voice sound like that? What is that? And we realized it was chopped and screwed. You know what I'm saying? So it was just an impact. It was a takeover. Honestly, to me in the 2000s, it took over. So
so
I enjoyed it.
chopped and screwed really did create its own subgenre is what it did. It created
mhm.
a subgenre. And I've yet to I'm Rich, I've got to experience now slowed and reverb. Was that what you called it?
Yeah, yo, it's
Okay.
slowed
And
and
I'm sitting,
reverb is crazy.
Okay, so
I'm sitting there.
I've got to experience slowed and reverb because that's not a thing. That's
Right.
not a thing here. So this is the first I heard of it. So I'm
I'm a
gonna try it.
producer, and that's the first thing I've heard of.
So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna trust it because I remember the first time I bought a CD.
Listen to that need, baby, slow the reverb. Listen to that slow the reverb.
Okay,
If
I
that's
know
what it
that's
is,
fire.
nah,
But
I'm
check
out.
this
I'm
out.
out. I'm out.
Check this out. Um, so when I had bought Devin the Dude CD, and Devin the Dude, of course, is from Houston, and I'm sure he's coming up. Um, but there was a chopped and screwed version, and that's what really, really, really sold me on it because it was my first time getting songs that I knew, songs that I enjoyed, that I liked, and getting it chopped and screwed, and I'm going, oh, that's what chopped and screwed. I had heard of it, and I had actually kind of heard it, but I hadn't experienced it. And then when that was what sold me on it. I think it's dope. But I saw R. Kelly in Houston, and he was doing. There's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen and rock and rolling. That y'all know that song, right? And he chopped and screwed it live. He screwed it live, and they were there. Here's the remix to Ignition. Man, that's your
That's what he's talking about. That's what Rich is referring to. That's what Rich is referring to. That in our genre, in
that
our
was
generation of music,
fire.
that's what
When
he's talking
when,
about. I'm
when
hip.
R.
That
Kelly
sounds like
live on
that
stage,
sounds like that would be a whole vibe. A
when he
whole
live on stage
vibe.
in Houston, slowed that mug down and started doing it with bro. That place went freaking bananas. The whole song just slowed down.
Damn.
It was dope. It was dope.
Now, OG, you brought up Devin the Dude, right?
Yep.
He's
To be.
there's a lot of lesser known artists that didn't hit the mainstream, like Lil Flip,
Yep.
Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. All of them hit the mainstream. They had songs on the radio. But then you had artists like Devin the Dude, who was on Rap a lot. but didn't get to shine. Or you had like Tila, who was
Yeah.
on Swishahouse.
Yeah.
Hey, Tila was my
Tila
guy.
had some joints. Yeah.
I had, because this was back in the day, you know, you had the little Walkman, the little disc man with your CD in it. Man, I had a Tila CD on repeat all the time. Because it was the only CD I could afford at the time. So,
Yeah. I got you. No, Tila had some joints, though. Tila had some joints.
but yeah, Tila was the shit. Jazzy Faye was actually a big producer on Swishahouse. But then they also brought us some Memphis artists too. So we'll talk about them next week. Let me get back to the show. Because I had to look that up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and we've named a lot of artists too that didn't go mainstream. That was there. Lil Kiki, Hawk, Zero. What's the guy that got shot? Pastor there's Pastor Troy too, right?
Troy, yeah.
And Fat Pat. But who's the guy that got shot in the shoulder and he was on video squeezing the bullet out? You know what I'm talking about? Rich?
I don't know.
Okay.
You lost me.
Okay, but it was a guy. It's a Houston guy. He basically the only song that I heard was the one that came out around that time because, of course, that had my attention. But he wasn't that great, so that's probably why he wasn't able to capitalize on that 15 minutes. But he got shot in the shoulder, and he was on camera on Facebook squeezing the bullet out, and they were like, "That nigga real." Whatever he say, I believe. Whatever he say, I believe. This nigga just squeezed the bullet out of his arm on Facebook.
I seen that too. I just didn't know he was an artist. I know exactly what you're talking about. Too.
Yeah,
he had a hole in his arm. He just pushed it out. He was like, man, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this to come out for years, and and it just came out. Yeah.
Squeeze the bullet out of his arm, like,
right in the thing. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Like, okay, whatever. I believe whatever he say.
This nigga said, whatever he say, I believe.
Everybody talking that real nigga shit. No, who do that? Who do that? Do that shit. Do that. I'm listening.
But now that brings us to these artists.
He gotta be telling the truth.
Yeah, that's the real one.
I never seen a lion nigga squeeze a bullet out of his arm. He gotta be telling the truth.
No, that's a real one. That's a real one.
He wasn't playing no role. No role.
No hospital, no doctor, no nothing. Me on camera, squeezing the bullet out my shoulder. Pop. There you go. Motherfucker.
Well, how he do it? Like a pimple? It was like this, or was it like?
No, bro. He literally just stood there and like flexed it, and it just came out, bro. It was like it was like that. It was coming out on his arm, bro.
OG, you wanted me to keep this segment, right? So we don't go ahead and better for it.
Okay. I want you to do your show, man. I want you to do whatever you do.
Oh yeah, no, it just came to me. All right, since we in Houston, which of these 4 artists from Houston do you think is holding it down the most for Houston? You got Travis Scott, Meg Thee Stallion, Don Toliver, and the Mexican OT.
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say Meg Thee Stallion. When I think of Houston, the Houston that I experienced, she is more representative of the Houston that I experienced over the course of the 10 years I lived there, over the other 3.
For me, I'm gonna say Travis Scott. You know, that's just honestly Travis Scott. Rolling Loud, and I hate to say it, people that got trampled at his events. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, and that's not nothing funny because people definitely lost their lives. But it's just it just show you how big an artist can be sometimes, you know. So yeah.
For me, you know what, Rob, I'm gonna have to say Travis Scott too. He graduated the same year as me. We went in the same school district, same neighborhood. So like Southwest Detroit. He's from Fort Bend, I'm from Fort Bend. Like, and outside of the impact that he's made with the music, onto the sneakers, you know what I'm saying, onto so many things. He's established himself outside of so many platforms. Right now, I only know Meg The Stallion because she used to date Klay Thompson. Whereas like we know Travis Scott because he got shoes out there, he got this out there, he got that out there. I love
Right.
Don Toliver. Don Toliver gonna get to that level, but I feel like Travis Scott is our in Houston. He's our own little Kanye West. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's ventured out there as far as movies, whatever, clothes, whatever, and he's succeeded. And you could say, "Oh, I went," you know what I'm saying? We was all around the way type. Yeah, not around the way, 30 minutes away or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I
Okay.
get that. I get that. However, for the Houston I experienced, I don't know Meg from just dating Clay. I know Meg because she got that WAP. And what my experience in Houston, Meg the Stallion puts me more in mind of the culture I experienced while I was there. It wasn't goosebumps all the time. And I got more WAP than goosebumps. Let's put it that way.
Did you get goosebumps from the WAP though, brother?
I got more WAP than goosebumps. So I'm rolling with the Stallion, baby. That's the Houston I remember.
Yeah. I'm not gonna vote because actually no, yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a tie this week. It's up to the audience this week. Because that BBL got a motherfucker looking like so yeah. Yeah, it's up to the audience this week. Between Meg Thee Stallion and Travis Scott, who do you think is holding it down the most for the H-Town?
H-Town! You know who holding it down the most for H-Town? It really ain't either one of them. It's Drake.
Beep, beep, baby.
All right, that brings us to the final segment of the Fire Pit. OG's favorite game this week in hip hop history.
This week in hip hop history.
Now this week we got a lot of birthdays. Heavy D was born May 24th, 1967.
Rest in peace, Havs. Everybody, shake your body. We don't move, we groove at a party with a groove that's sensual, dimensional.
MC8 was born May 22nd, 1967.
MC8, wake your punk ass up.
May 21st, 1972, the notorious B.I.G. was born.
B.I.G.
If the Remy's in the system,
Ain't no telling will I.
never will I diss them. That's what I be yelling. I'm a pimp by blood, not religion.
May 21st, 1974, Havoc from Mobb Deep was born.
Is Havoc alive?
Yes, Havoc is alive.
Okay, it's Prodigy. It's Prodigy that passed.
Yep, Prodigy passed.
All right, so big ups to Havoc.
Havoc actually, on Nas's label Mass Appeal, just released an album with new Prodigy verses on it.
Sweet. I'd like to check that out. I used to love me some Mobb Deep. Love me some Mobb Deep. Even the song when they sampled Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby. Science!
May 20th, 1972, Rock Raider was born.
Who?
Also, Rock Raider.
Okay. Who is
Uh,
Ray Ray?
I don't know.
Oh,
Look like
I
a
thought
DJ.
you was about to say also known as
No.
Dr. J. Dr. J. He was a rapper.
Also born May 20th, 1972. Buster Rhymes.
He is a
Emphasis on Buster. And that's it for the birthday. May 24th, 1994. This artist released his debut album.
1994
1994
in May.
in May.
That would be drums, please. Big Daddy Kane.
No. His debut album, 94.
Okay, I know. Damn. You ain't got to try to embarrass me about it.
Hey, speaking of Big Daddy Kane, hold on. We got to address this real quick. Max B said he was in an interview. Can't remember who the interview was with, but the interviewer asked him something about Big Daddy Kane, and he said, "Who?"
Ooh.
Yeah, Kane went right on.
Hurt.
Kane went right on the. Kane went right at it. Man, and little freestyle so cold on his ass. You got to go check it out. I'm gonna post it on the Fire Pit page.
Damn.
Man, he brought Kane out of retirement. Kane was sitting there in some Louis Vuitton pajamas and just lit this nigga up.
Man, I like it. I like it. But I don't know the answer to the question.
J. Rue the Damager released his debut album.
Never would have said J. Rue the Damager. And you know what? Dejan and Rich probably never heard of J. Rue the Damager.
I never.
So check it out.
I've heard the name, yeah, but I don't know.
So J. Rue the Damager is J. Rue is Jeru, the Damager Damaja. He had one CD. His first one, and that mug, he was ahead of his time. It was too much for the average hip hop fan because he was ahead of his time. He had one song that was an underground. They caught some legs underground, but he no hits. But no, you know what I'm saying? No commercial.
J. Rue, like how they spell Drew and Drew Holiday.
Jeru. Jeru. But he was ahead of his time. It's a good album. It was a good album.
Know you dropped the album in 2014.
Yeah, but that ain't the one. That ain't no, but that don't count. The only thing that count is the good ones.
Which one is the good one?
That first one.
The sun rises.
The sun rises in the east.
Bro, it would have been a hit. It couldn't work because it was ahead. It was over our head.
He put instrumentals on there.
It was over our head though, bro.
So what was your favorite song off that album, Uncle Tim?
I don't know the name of it. It went bling, ding, bing, ding, boom, ding. You know, I don't know the name of it because I didn't. It was over my head, bro. Back then, I wasn't there. I wasn't there with him. It was one song that I vibed with.
The song number 6 on the album. It's something you never got. It's something you never got. Dejan. Song number 6 on the album. It's something you never got.
Oh Lord of mercy, Rob. Let's move along. Let's move along, Rob.
May 23rd, 2000. This artist released his third studio album.
2000, third album.
Third album.
Busta Rhymes.
No. If none of you three get this, I'm gonna be highly upset. And
Ice
so
Cube.
No.
Say it one more time.
May 23rd, 2000. He released his third studio album. And if none of you three get this, I'm gonna be upset. and so will the rest of Detroit.
Okay, Eminem.
Right.
Eminem released the Marshall Mathers album.
He's gave that away.
And I didn't give me a chance to guess.
You guessed the name of the album, no?
I just guessed the artist.
Can you get the name?
Of the album,
Name of the album that was released in 2000.
Curtains.
Nope.
You know, I'm not gonna guess.
What is it? What is it? The Eminem show?
Nope. The Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's the one that had now I'm Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady, all you other Slim Shadys
No.
is the
Rich.
real
No,
Slim
it's the one that had.
That's that album.
The Slim Shady was
I
on the
created a
Slim Shady.
monster. Nobody wants to give me ours no more. I'm gonna they didn't deliver.
That's that album. That's what I'm saying. That's that album we talking about on May 23rd, yesterday, 26 years ago.
Which one is it, Rob?
That was that no, the Slim Shady song was you said Hi My Name Is, right?
No, we're talking about I'm Slim Shady, the only Slim Shady, all the Slim Shadys are just imitating want the real Slim Shady.
That was on the Slim Shady LP.
No, not the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. No, it was not. What are you talking
It's on
about?
the Marshall.
It's
On the
my name is.
LP. I'm telling y'all.
He's talking about.
It's on the album we talking about. The real
No, that
Slim
was on
Shady.
the second album. That song was on the second album.
What song?
That song
It
is
wasn't
on
on the
Marshall
third one.
Mathers LP.
Y'all confusing yourselves. Let's move on.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're talking about the Slim Shady album. That's the you're talking about. Hi, my name is what? My name. That's not the song we're talking about.
No, I'm talking about I'm Slim Shady.
I know, Rich. I'm talking to Rob.
Oh.
Dude,
Hold on.
we need to get back to the show. All right, go and settle this then.
Oh yeah, it was. It was on the Marshall Mathers LP.
Exactly. That's what we've been trying to tell you.
You
All
gotta
right,
say.
let's move along. We didn't say hi. My name is. We said I'm just real Slim Shady. Please stand up.
May 23rd, 1995. This group released a single that is like one of the best singles ever to be released. West Coast group. I'll put it that way.
I'm sorry. When?
May 23rd, 1995.
You don't let me get too high. May 23rd, 1925.
1995.
Oh, 1995. All right, you throwing me off.
If they was rapping in 1925.
And there was a group that came out with a single.
Yep, a group released a single.
And you saying it's the greatest single of all time.
Yeah, to me, it's one of the greatest singles of all time.
Geto Boys. Geto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me.
Nope.
I got.
There you go.
Man, sing
I got
with
five
that. Go
on it.
eat. I got 5 on it. When he's looking up your back, I got 5.
All right, so let me say this, man. Rich is cheating. Rich, the point of this game is to try to use your own memory, not to Google the answers. I'm just saying. See, you see his face. The point of this game is not to Google the answers and show that Google knows the answer. It's to try to show that you know the answer. That's the fun of the game.
Listen, I thought he was just quizzing you, OG. I thought he
No,
was
it's all of us.
quizzing you.
No, it's the whole thing. You ain't coming back on. All right, let's go. Now, he's quizzing all of us. It's not to Google it and come up with the answer. He's already doing that. He's already got the answer Googled. So it's up to us to try to guess with our own memory.
All right, May 20th.
I rarely get them right.
May 20th, 1997. This artist released his third solo album.
1997.
Yep.
Third album, solo art. That means he used to be with a group.
Used to be with a group.
LL Cool J.
Busta Rhymes.
No, he wasn't with no group.
Not Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes was with a group.
No,
he said LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, LL Cool J was not with a group.
Oh, it's a group. It's somebody who was in a group.
What's the year again?
97.
And this is his first.
Third.
Nope. Third.
In 93rd and 97. Maybe Tupac.
Nope, not Tupac.
Ooh.
Okay.
Third in 97.
The Teacher, KRS-One. released
KRS-One.
I Got Next.
Ooh. Boogie Down Production.
And May 20th, 1993, this artist released the first single off of his debut solo album.
All right. So when he says his debut solo album, that hints that he used to be with
a group.
All right. So it's in what year?
93.
Debut solo album, 93.
And it was a diss track.
And it was a diss track. Ice Cube.
No.
Oh.
Close.
Oh. Easy-E.
Easy-E.
Not Easy-E.
Snoop.
Dr. Dre released the single Dre Day off his debut album, The Chronic, May 20th, 1993.
Wow. Wow, how time flies.
And that ends this week in hip-hop history. That means it's time to pour some water on the fire. It's time for us to go ahead and get up out of here.
Don't pour no water on the fire. Drink the rest of your beer and piss on the fire. That's how you put a fire out.
OG, go ahead and take us out.
Yo, thank y'all for joining us on the Fire Pit. Make sure y'all subscribe to the network. That is the Bonfire Network on YouTube. Check us out. You can also catch us everywhere on your social media. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We are also on TikTok. And not only that, you can catch What Up The Show on Booms TV 2.0 on Roku or your Fire Stick. On that note, man, we're out of here like last year. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. I want to thank our guests, Ace Dune, Richie Rich, and your host of the show was the super producer, DJ Rob 45. On that note, man, we out of here like last year. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
Stop what you doing right now. You're not rocking with your boy DJ Rhyme 45. DJ Rhyme 45, we live, we on time, you know the vibe. I say every day we live, come have a hell of a time. DJ Rhyme 45, the fire pit is the vibe. I say every day we live, come have a hell of a time. DJ Rhyme 45, the fire pit is the vibe. I say every day we live, come have a hell of a time. DJ Rhyme 45, the fire pit is the vibe. I say every day we live, come have a hell of a time. DJ Rhyme 45, the fire pit is the vibe.